Alright, today we're going to be cutting into a 2x8. I cut out a guitar shape out of a piece of the 2x8, and this is what it came out like. We're going to carve this face in it with some power tools. Stick around and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so just like a beginner, I started out and forgot to turn on the video camera. So we're starting off in the middle of the project here. Doing the just roughing in. I got a flame burr in the Dremel, and just got it turned all the way up and removing wood as fast as I can. And then I speed it up ×4, and that's what you're seeing here. This is just roughing it in. I'm just going along and following the lines that I have, trying to leave anything that I wanted to leave high. I'll just cut around it and cut away all the wood around it to make those spots stand proud. It's basically a big relief carving with an outside shape to it. See, I just cut around his eyebrows and his eyeglasses and his lips. Now I'm starting on the bags under his eyes here, so I'll just cut underneath of them and make that a low spot and leave the high spot where the bag is, and just kind of ramp it up there. Just giving it some shape. I'm going to go back in later on and clean all this up, but right now I'm just trying to get all my lines in and don't have to worry about erasing pencil marks if you have them cut in there. So where the tongue's coming out of the mouth, you want to stop your lip there and have the tongue come out over top, look like it's coming out over top. So just be careful you don't erase the wrong part of the line there when you're carving in. Now I'm just going to start rounding off the tongue a little bit and giving it some shape. Cutting on the inside of it to give it a little bit of a hook up at the end. And then rounding the edges off to make it stand out a little more. And then I'll cut in underneath of it even deeper to bring it out some more. This was a really fun relief carving to do. That big old tongue and them big old eyes, big teeth, little dangly thing in the back of his throat there. I really enjoyed doing these big cartoon faces. So I'm going to take his teeth here and just kind of shape them like regular teeth. I'm going to bend them around, make the front ones come out a little further and the back ones back a little further, and just kind of give it that curve a little bit. Don't have to be a lot, just enough that you can see it a little bit. Same thing with his face, and you when I rounded it off a little bit, just enough to give it some shape. Just round off the corners. Make those bags under his eyes and his cheeks, baggy cheeks, stand out a little bit. centerpiece is a tongue and those big old eyes, so want to make those stand out really well. A lot of roughing in this, but I wanted everybody to kind of see how to make the lines, what to leave high and what to cut out and make lower. If you wanted to do a face like this, maybe help some people that haven't done relief carving just kind of get an understanding of how it's done. I'm not the best at it, but I'm learning a lot with these carving videos every week. Here I'm just carving in that big sag on his right cheek, and then carving a little bit of his chin in, rounding it off. Those circles around his eyes were just going to be part of his eyes originally, and then as I started carving them, I thought they'd make really neat looking glasses. Since he's getting older and he's tired of screaming, I thought I'd just turn them into glasses, and I'm glad I did. They really looked good in the carving. So sometimes while you're carving, if you get an idea, you see something else you want to do, it's no big deal to change your plan a little bit. This wood has a really neat looking grain to it, but it's the darker areas are a lot harder than the light colored areas, so makes it kind of hard to make straight lines when you're carving sometimes. But it has a neat look to it when you're done. So I got the frames for his glasses, and his eyes pretty much cut in there. Now you can see all that. Yeah, I'm taking, just starting to add the details and doing some of the cleanup work. This is just a diamond grit bit with a flat end on it. There is what it's kind of showing. You can just put the end of that right down against the wood and use it as a little sander down in the hole. Sand that flat back in the back there. Also used it for shaping the little dangly thing. This was a little finger sander I used. I had just showed it there for a second, but I did use it just to kind of take the roughness off the big wide flat areas there. For it's just faster. Now once you got it roughed out, then you can just kind of start sanding stuff down and rounding corners and getting the shapes in. I get this thing in wherever I can. It does a nice job of smoothing stuff off fast. This is that diamond grit burr again with the flat end on it. I'm just using it to clean up those corners. And taking the tapered end mill and going in and just cleaning up the lines. You can tell he's tired though. He didn't even flinch when I stuck that in his eye. Got to dig in underneath there to make that look like it's sticking out. Yeah, so on the back of the neck here, I took a handsaw and cut that, and I split it down the back, cut the back part of it off just to make it thinner like a real guitar. I could only go down as far as those horns were sticking out on the top, and then I had to use the Dremel from there. But basically shaping it like a real guitar on the back. Sure, Stradivarius will be calling to check out some of my guitar bending techniques. I mean, for like the violins and stuff. Notice I drew a center line down the back of that just to keep the round pretty even. You can kind of lose it if you don't draw a little line there. Well, I got the guitar done. Turned out pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and paint up a few things on it and then probably stain it. But yeah, it looks pretty good. So I'm going to paint the eyes in. And that's why I didn't carve them in, because I wanted to paint them in. But there we go. We're going to get it done. Man, that thing turned out crazy with that plywood. Or looked like a piece of plywood with that grain. But I painted up here. The grain disappears a little bit. Blend it all in. I'm only painting the details, just doing the eyes, the glasses, the tongue, the teeth, the inside of the mouth, and then just some shadows here and there. But then just staining it. I really enjoyed this one. This is enjoy giving things a little bit of character and making people smile. I just use a acrylic folk art paints from Hobby Lobby, or I think Michaels carries them. I'm not sure who all else. A lot of different art stores probably carry them. They're cheap. They work. They look good. Seem to stay on pretty good unless you leave them out in the sun for a couple of months. They start fading pretty good. Got paint in his mouth. This one was a lot of fun, so just remember to have fun with your carvings, and man, make a funny looking one once in a while. That really makes it neat. So hope you enjoyed the video, and hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next week. Anyways, got the guitar all done. Turned out pretty cool looking. Love it. So anyways, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and thanks for watching.